Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Stollings. You know me here on YouTube as MarauderEX, and as always I'm your host for Operation Recap, where I take some of the stories that we have publicized at operainfall.com and throw them back at your face here on YouTube, maybe get them a little more exposure. Maybe this is the first time you've heard of it. Who knows? Let's not squabble on the details on that, shall we? Good. First off, if you notice that I sound maybe a little different, things sound a little weird, I got a new toy. I got a Blue Yeti, which is going to be... I'm testing it for this to see how it works. Let me know what you guys think. Does it sound better or older than my old mic? What do you think? Because, you know, I want the best standards of quality that I can for the show without spending all of my money. So, let me know what you think. I'm really excited about it. I think it sounds awesome, but also I'm not the audience. So, let me know. Anyway, let's jump into the first stories. All of the stories are Nintendo, because it's been a very Nintendo week, and there's several other stories that I could get into, but Nintendo was the big one. None of this stuff was expected, and it caused a huge stir. The first story, kind of light. We already knew this was happening. They have a Wind Waker HD Wii U bundle. Awesome. Yeah, we already knew it was happening. There was a lot of leaked images of it that got taken down. It was one of those, okay, if Nintendo's trying this hard to take down the image, they want to announce something themselves. They don't want to let the leak go through. Okay, understandable. The bundle will be a 32 gig Wii U black console. The tablet will have scroll work that looks very pretty and very reminiscent of the Zelda series. Very much like the Zelda 3DS had the artwork on the front. This one comes with Wind Waker HD, but it is not a physical copy of Wind Waker HD. It is a download. It's a digital download. And it also comes with a digital version of the Hyrule Historia, which I actually have on my shelf behind me. So I'm actually very, very excited about that because it's interactive. You can use the tablet to help search for terms and things in the Hyrule Historia. So it's kind of like it sounds like a very interactive Wikipedia entry. I'm very excited about that. The bundle will set you back $299.99. Not bad. Not. I'm a little hesitant. I would have been a little more gung ho on it. I would have been a lot more on board had they stuck with the physical copy of the game. I have no problems digital versus physical. I prefer physical, obviously, the shelf behind me. But, you know, for what you're paying, especially for a digital version, it seems like you could have either knocked the price down a little bit more or, you know, comp me the physical game. Anyway, that's my take on it. But knew it was coming. There are pre-order links available in the article, so if it's something that you are interested in, highly recommend pre-ordering it, because if it's going to be anything like the 3DS, it's going to sell like hotcakes. Next up, Nintendo announces their fall lineup. Basically, they have confirmed release dates for a lot of their titles and a lot of the third-party titles, so you have a huge window of what's coming out when. A lot of their first-party titles, Legend of Zelda HD is coming out 9/20 in the heart. That's the physical copy, though. The digital is coming out September 20th, so that's coming out a couple days before, which is also kind of a big deal because most of the time, if it's a digital and physical release, they've been, you know, same day. So this is actually kind of a big deal that you can get the digital copy before the physical. So if you're an early adopter of digital downloads, you can get that Wind Waker on September 20th. Wii U Party is October 25th. Super Mario 3D World, November 22nd. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, December 6th. Mario and Sonic at the 2014 Winter Olympic Games. That one's just listed holiday. They don't still have a release date for that. Some of the third-party ones, we've got Scribblenauts Unmasked, DC Adventure, September 24th. Skylander Swap Force, October 13th. Call of Duty Ghosts, November 5th. Sonic Lost World, October 22nd. Rayman Legends, September 3rd. So we've got a lot of games coming out and a lot of dates, so you can now plan your holiday shopping accordingly. Because most of these are going to be September, October, November. Because they want to have most of these big ticket games out before Christmas. Obviously, you want the Christmas sales. Santa brings games. So if you had a question on what was coming out it's now available. There's also some 3DS games that are, they've announced those dates. Basically, the big ones are Sonic Lost World, which is also October 22nd, and Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, which is also November 22nd. So, yeah. Wii U 3DS games, you now know when they're coming out, if it's a first party or third party. A lot of third party games, you know, Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, those are still coming out. The last story for today. Nintendo revealed the 2DS. 2DS. I was very mixed feelings about this. At first, when I saw this, I thought it was an April Fool's gag, and I'm like, no, wait, it's August, because it just seems so out of the blue. And then it got me thinking, no, this is actually kind of par for the course for Nintendo. For those of you who have not heard, Nintendo has come out with a 2DS. It is a solid piece. It has no hinge to flip down, with 2 screens. It does not have a 3D screen, so it does not have the 3D slider. It does not have the ability to output in 3D, but it will play any 3DS game and any DS game as usual, but it doesn't hinge. It doesn't have the Control Pad Pro. It's just... It is $40 cheaper than the 3DS. So, the reasons behind this, that we can see. 3D is not good for kids' eyes. You know, they even have put explicit warning labels. This is not intended for kids under 7 years old, 7 or under. Parents don't care. Parents ignore it. So, this is one of those things of, okay, now you have the option of buying it. Well, why did the 2DS? It does have a problem with their brand, because they're sticking to these family names. Like Wii and Wii U caused a lot of confusion. 2DS and 3DS, this is going to cause some confusion. But people are going to look at it and say, oh, it's the cheaper one than the 3DS. Okay, it's cheaper. Easier to justify spending on my kid. But like I was saying, this is kind of par for the course, because I remember way back in the day that Nintendo came out with the Game Boy Color. And they had a huge announcement, hey, we've got Game Boy in color, and it's not really the screen was in color, they just had different color Game Boys, which I cannot tell you how many people that pissed off. Nintendo has a track record of doing this sort of thing. So, I mean, it's interesting. It is targeted toward a very specific demographic. It's not targeted toward my demographic. It's not targeted toward someone who's been doing handheld gaming since the original Game Boy. It's targeted toward the people that the original Game Boy was targeted. They were targeted toward kids my age when that came out. That's what this is going for. This is $40 cheaper. It comes out the same weekend that Pokemon XY come out for $40. You can sit there and go, hey, Mom and Dad, get me a Nintendo 2DS. Oh, well, if you want that, you want a game for it. No, get me the 2DS. It and a game is the same price as the 3DS. Marketing win. That's one of the things that they're going for. They want to get new stream of younger gamers involved, because that's where the handheld gaming market has always been. At least here in the US. Elsewhere, it's been a little more across the board. But, it's pretty much a 3DS without the 3D and without the hinge. Everything else, pretty much there. It does not, I have not been able to find out anywhere if it works with the Control Pad Pro, but not too many games work with the Control Pad Pro. But that is one of the things that I was kind of curious about, you know, specifically for Resident Evil. But one game will not make or break a console sale. So that's been Nintendo's week, and those stories have dominated. So I know you've probably already seen a lot of this, but I could not go without talking about it. It was what carried this week news-wise. So my question for you this week: how do you feel about the 2DS? Do you think that it's a little too late? I mean, the 3DS is starting to pick up, or do you see it as Nintendo trying to aim toward a completely different demographic, maybe? Who knows? What are your thoughts on the 2DS? Let us know in the comments in the video below. And as always, stay tuned to Operation Rainfall for news, reviews, previews, and what have you. I will catch you guys next week at the next recap.